whatever you are right now, wherever you are right now, it's a product of decisions that you have made, right? And to a very large extent, you cannot blame anybody for where you are now. I first want us to define what success means. Because for you to have a power plan for career success, you need to understand what success means. What does success mean to me? What does success mean to you? My definition of success is very different from your definition of success. Now we're talking about your career. Okay? We're talking about your career. Your definition of success is very different from the definition of success of the person sitting by you. So before you can even design that power plan for career success, you need to actually decide and define and describe what success actually means to who? To who? To me, to you. You cannot define success based on what some other person has described success as. You know why? Because you might get same thing and do not feel successful, or that sense of fulfillment or peace that you really think you are going to get by the time you are successful. Okay? So first thing, what does success mean to you? Is success financial independence? Money? Or is success global recognition? Like a Nobel Prize? Or does success mean peace of mind? I have everything I need, I'm comfortable, I'm at peace, I'm not owing anybody, right? Nobody is owing me, I'm living my life, I'm not in Lagos traffic. We talked about Lagos traffic this morning, so I had to add that there. Honestly, this is success for somebody. The fact that they don't have to worry about anything. So they don't have to have billions or millions of dollars. They just have to have enough and they're fine. So you cannot compare the hustle of someone who global recognition is the definition of success for them, and the hustle of someone who peace of mind is the definition of success for them. So if peace of mind is my definition of success, I will be killing myself if I try to follow the pathway of the guy or the lady who is looking for global recognition. Is it a healthy family? Is it a political position? You want to be the Minister of Health or Youth and Sports, whatever. You need to define, that's my point really. What does success mean to me as an individual? What does it mean to me? Once you know what success means to you, the next thing is for you to now sit down and evaluate your current situation. If success is global recognition, for example, if my definition of success is global recognition, and I'm currently a 300 level student of Department of Human Nutrition and Dietetics, it will be rather unrealistic for me to be aiming to have global recognition in 1 year time as a renowned nutritionist all over the world. Are you getting my point? Yeah? A 300 level student who wants to have global recognition as a renowned nutritionists in 1 year time all over the world. It's not realistic. Okay? So it goes back to, so first of all, sit down and think. Evaluate your current situation and your current status. I'm a student. I'm in 200 level. If, what was the other one? Financial independence is your definition of success. Then I think while all of us are hustling to graduate with good grades, first class, the person whose financial success is his or her will not be thinking about second class. Because you don't even want to hear any story when it comes to getting a job in the best of the best places. So the way that person is going to be burning the midnight candle is very different from the way the person who wants peace of mind. They just want to graduate without any receipts or what they call it now. Yeah? That's all. They just want to graduate. You are the one that is looking for global recognition. I did not send you. My own is peace of mind. Okay? So most of the time, we focus on other people, what they're doing. We feel bad about ourselves, but not measuring up. But the reason we're having those confusions in our thoughts is really because we don't even have a definition for ourselves. What does success mean to me? And in what position am I now to begin to trace my pathway or plan my pathway or design my pathway towards the meaning of success for me? There's something I used to hear when I was sitting here, and I think it's still correct. Nutrition is individualistic, right? You cannot plan a nutrition program, or let me say a meal plan for, you have to individualize it, right? And it's the same thing I'm talking about success. Don't run another person's race. Okay. In this evaluation of yourself and your current status or your current position, you need to don't deceive yourself. Be very truthful to yourself. Actually, it's your plan. So you need to, there's nobody to deceive. I'm not saying, you're not going to share this with anybody. It's something that you have for yourself. A vision, a plan for yourself. So you do yourself the favor of being truthful. I'm sure you've heard about SWOT analysis before. Have you heard about SWOT analysis before? Yes. So what are your strengths? So in this evaluation, I'm trying to break it down, right? In being truthful to yourself, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are the opportunities around me? And what threats, what things can stop me from achieving whatever I want to achieve? Your strength can be that you are a very good communicator, right? Or you're very good with coming up with ideas. Or you're very good with organizing. That could be your strength. Try to look for how it ties to that thing that you have defined as success. What are my weaknesses? Some people don't like calling it weaknesses. They say things I need to work on. Whatever you are calling it. Somebody wants global recognition, but they don't want to make presentations in front of people. They don't want to talk. They just want to be in the lab, doing research, and publishing their research, and people go and read it on the website. My work for you, but in the world that we are in now, you know they used to say blow your trumpet. Now, it's not only trumpet though, you blow everything. Because if you don't blow it, someone else who is not even doing 0.5% of what you're doing will blow their trumpet so loud that nobody will hear your whistle. Okay? So, if your weakness is, or something you need to work on is that you're shy, you don't like to be in the public space, then you know you need to work on it if you want global recognition or whatever. Opportunities. You are so lucky. I don't know, I hope nobody, okay, let me start. Are these all undergraduate students? Oh, okay. Okay, so let me, I'll say something, but take it in the context of this room. what I want to say is that you're very, very lucky to be in UI, in this department. You know why I say that? Because my first degree wasn't here. And I know the stark difference between the opportunities you have here and the opportunities I did not have where I was coming from. You can go and do detailed research and go and find where I'm coming from. So I won't mention it. That's why. Okay? I was telling someone, it's so beautiful that you can actually interact with your lecturers. No matter how afraid you are of them, let me tell you now, they have your best interest at heart. You can talk to them, you can ask questions. We even had an opportunity to get a grant as students to do a project. Hey, in which school? The one I went to. So, and the lecturers here are exposed. They know what's happening around the world. So when they're teaching you, they're giving you global examples. I'm sure that the slide that was developed for your class last year has been updated. Everything might not change, but things have changed in that slide. So I'm talking about opportunities. Just that you're in this school is an opportunity. Just that you have the kind of lecturers you have here is an opportunity. So use it, in case you do not know, it's as part of your opportunity. You are young, whatever other opportunities you see around, you have the internet. There are a lot of things happening that are opportunities for you that you can tap into. What are the traits? One of the major traits will be distraction. Especially for young people these days, right? We have our mobile phones now. Any small beep or any small vibration, and then you're already thinking of who is sending me a message, what am I going to check? So, do an honest SWOT analysis about your current situation, the opportunities you have around you, and how you can take advantage of those opportunities as you plan towards what success means to you. Okay, so I call these ones the usual professions, right? Professional opportunities when you are coming to study nutrition. Maybe I should ask you yourself. Okay, one is already out. The first one, many of us want to go and work with NGOs, right? Who wants to work with an NGO after graduating? Nobody. Okay? Okay, which other opportunities do you know? Guys, don't fall my hand. Academics, yes. What? Friesland. Yeah, so non-profits, companies like Friesland, Nestle, some of us are going to work in the hospital. So in your mind, I want to believe, because sometimes I can say this and it might not be true. I want to believe that in your mind, somehow, as you are studying this course now, you already have an idea of where you want to work. Okay, so these are the usual suspects, like non-profits, hospital, academia, for the government. So maybe as nutrition officer, right, in the government sector, and many other examples like private sector, like my colleague just mentioned. Okay, so if this is what you're looking at, take note of it. What are the criteria? There's something I usually do. Where when I'm aiming at something, I look out for adverts about that thing. And then look at the criteria. What is the eligibility criteria? What do I need to have to get this kind of job? And then I begin to work towards that. Okay? So you can do that. If your career, your plan is about any of these. Then we have new opportunities. We have new opportunities. The Internet of Things, tech. I hope you're not wondering why I'm talking about tech in the nutrition class or school. No. There's a big opportunity there. There are applications that are being developed to help people stay fit. I don't know how many nutritionists have designed one. So it's an opportunity. Nobody's saying, the funny thing is that you do not have to go study coding or programming to actually do anything here. But even just taking advantage of those platforms is an opportunity on its own. Okay? I do not know how to code. I do not know how to program. Maybe one day I will learn, right? Because things are changing and I need to learn. But I'm in the process of starting a tech company with a colleague who has that skill. And it wasn't my first idea, it was his idea. And he approached me because he needed a nutritionist to be on the team. So the fact that I have a PhD in nutrition made me, in quotes, a valuable team member for that tech company, right? Now, the first reason when I came in for my PhD, I remember one of the questions I was asked was, why are you coming for a PhD? I looked, you know, when you go for an interview, there's some questions they ask you, you tell them the answer that they want to hear. Why are you looking like you don't know? But the real answer is inside you. Some of you go for job interview and you say it's because I love Friesland, I want to impact my world. But inside, I want to make money, sharp. Okay? But I gave my real answer. My real answer was, in Nigeria, if you want to be a top leader, if you want to speak and people will listen to you in a field, you need a PhD. So every time I felt like giving up during my PhD, I remember the answer I gave to that lecturer. So when a tech company comes to me to say we want to partner with you on something, am I achieving that goal or not? So you need to, let's go back to the beginning, right? You need to know what success means to you and define it. So when I was now doing my PhD, I played with lecturing, but I changed my mind later and stayed with that my answer, right? To be somebody who, when you speak about something, when you talk policy, when you do research and you share it in a particular field, and they see that you have a PhD in that field, there is some respect attached to it. Okay? So, yeah. So let me go quickly, because I have very short time. So there's the media and communication. That's a space I'm playing in, and it's tied to my strengths. I wish I had the time. In your analysis of who you are, your strengths and weaknesses, you need to know your strengths. I'm a very good communicator. I might not be a very good public speaker, but if you sit me down and tell me what you want to achieve with your campaign or what your project is about, I could design a communication plan for you, for your advocacy, and make you, like what Dr. Leslie was saying, package you, right? We need to brand ourselves as nutritionists. Some people will go online and do 3 months course and be calling themselves nutritionally online. You did 4 years, no money for your account. There's brand influencing. People are on Twitter, on Facebook, making money, giving nutrition advice that they did only 1 course in. You're a medical doctor, you did only 1 course in nutrition, maybe in 300 level. And you just go read some things on Google. But somebody has sat down for 4 years, did a master's, no alert in their account, red. You can be all you need to do is apply what you have learned, okay? So there are new opportunities, brand influencing, entrepreneurship, research and advocacy, and all that. Okay. So, just in summary, what is the power plan? Define what success means to you. Be self-aware, we talked about this. Be deliberate about your journey. And what I mean be deliberate is set goals. If you need exams, internship, whatever it requires for you to achieve what success means to you, go do it. Volunteer when you see the opportunities. If you want to work in NGOs, they like people who volunteer a lot. So let volunteering be everywhere in your CV. Okay? Exposure, you need exposure. Seek it. Attend seminars. Go for trainings. Go for conferences. That's how you get exposed. Follow global trends. Sorry, I have to rush because I didn't know time works so fast. Travel. And when I say travel, I do not mean you have to go abroad. Sometimes just interact with people that are not in your field. And you find out that it's a nutrition solution for what they're complaining about. Don't every time only nutritionists you are talking to. You are not finding out what is happening in the agri sector, in economics. Those are things that can broaden your mind. Okay? Interact with people outside your field and then look for problems. People pay for those who can solve their problem. So look for problems to solve. Don't run away from problems. In conclusion, so you can do all these things. But if you have a very bad attitude, you will not be able to accomplish them the way you want to. So develop soft skills. Soft skills like communication skill, critical thinking skill. I really hope my colleague, or you have questions, sir, but I really hope my colleague is going to say some things that I've done. But soft skills are important. It's not just enough for you to know the theory, but how to interact with people, interpersonal relationship, how to communicate. Those are soft skills that you can acquire. Leadership skills that you can acquire to also have a successful career. Thank you.
Thank you so much. May I use this opportunity to invite our two guests to the podium for a Q&A session as we engage them for question and answer. And this time around, please, student and participant, I really want you to ask your question direct, be concise with your question, and then also I know that our participants are going to share with us from the depth of their heart. I would love to start with a few questions that have been raised online while they get settled for the Q&A session over there. So the first question I would like to ask you both is the fact that, for instance, our first presenter talked about where you are today is a product of the decision that you made. Could you just tell us one thing in particular we need to pay attention to today that will define our tomorrow? What will you tell us to pay attention to today as a student of nutrition who is going to be professional tomorrow? What one thing will you recommend that you pay attention to today as we against a better tomorrow? That question is for both of you to really respond to. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Leshi. My simple answer to that will still be my first slide, which asks the question of what does success mean to you? It's a very deep question. And if you answer that question genuinely, you will avoid a lot of distraction in your life and following what other people are saying or what other people are doing. Once you have that clarity, I think every other thing will fall into place because you follow that path for yourself rather than what other people are saying or what other people are doing. So please, I think my one answer will be define what success means to you as an individual. Thank you.
Thank you for enlightening us now. My first question is it encouraging to engage in more than one of the usual or new opportunities? You talked about the usual professional opportunities like the non-profit hospitals and then the new opportunities like the internet. So I want to ask if it is encouraging to start out and engage in one or more together. Like together, I want to work in an hospital and I want to be on the internet. Is it encouraging to do that? Then the second question, if my definition of success is to be okay financially, financial independence, to have peace of mind, and to solve problem of malnutrition, maybe as regards to children, with not too much cost, that it does not have to be rich people that will be able to access the kind of that will be stable, that will not have problem of malnutrition. Is it really possible to achieve that working in an hospital, like working as a nutritionist in an hospital? Is it really possible to achieve that? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the questions. I'll answer the first one. It is possible. In fact, the two questions: how is it possible? Everything is possible. But if you do a very genuine SWOT analysis, you know your strengths, you know the things that are weaknesses or threats, and the opportunities around you. So it's possible for you to be working in the hospital and be active online, become a brand influencer, right? Because you can. Many people are doing that. They're sharing their experiences at the workplace online and using it to teach people that are online. So a patient came to me today and she was complaining that her child has been coughing, blah blah blah, and then she has not been covering the child has been exposed to cold. Mothers, this is what you should do, blah 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 blah. So I brought what I just did in the hospital online. And if I continue to do that and provide more insights online, I'm a brand influencer or in the media space, right? So you can do both, you can have those combinations. But do you have the strength to handle them equally? How have you divided your time? 9 to 5? Do you have the time and everything to also be successful 100%? At some point, one of them is going to be your side hustle, the other one is going to be your main, or they will swap, depending on which one is bringing more money, because you said financial independence. Okay? The second question had to do with, is it possible to, if your definition of success has to do with making sure people are not malnourished, even if they do not have money, right? Not the rich people. Is it possible to achieve that in the hospital? That's the question? Yes. I think it's very possible because most of the people who come to the general hospital, the PHCs, they're people who really do not have money in quotes. Okay? Yes. So most other people who have money, I'm still putting in quotes. When I do like this, it's in quote. Their first option is HMO, and most HMO is private hospital. So you might not even meet them in your government hospital. So it's possible to achieve that. And you can have, nobody says, I have a PHC close to my house, and I'm planning to go there to volunteer. The challenge I've just had is I like to be consistent when I start something. So I've been thinking, okay, what day of the week will I be able to do this and be consistent doing it? If I miss maybe once or twice in a month, okay? So you can decide that, okay, I might be meeting the big people, the rich people, but what really means success to me is meeting those who are in the poverty, under the poverty line, right? Those who do not have the money, cannot afford the kind of health, health services that they can pay for, right? So you can decide to volunteer your services if you have that extra time at a PHC or a community hospital to meet that definition of success for you while you make money from other things. Thank you.
So, thank you so much. Our time is fast spent, and I would like us to, before we close, I would like our two speakers to give us a parting words. However, the parting words will be based on a question that I will throw at you. Considering your studentship, considering your experience as a student in Nigeria or a student in either the department or outside the department, I would like you to tell us and share with us a specific challenge that you face and how you were able to circumvent such challenge and how you were able to address them and came out of such a challenge. I want you to share your experience, a specific challenge that you face as a student, and how you were able to address the challenge and how you came out of that challenge, how it's really helped you in your current career endeavor. That would definitely be your closing remarks for today's session. Thank you very much. Over to each of you.
So, my answer to that last question would be something similar to what Bamsa has just shared. So, I came in for my MSc, and I was hearing this very beautiful. Remember, I said I came from somewhere, right? And the whole interaction in class was interesting, but I really am a doer. I want to practice. I'm not very good at cramming. I'm not very good at, so when do we start doing? Maybe if I did my BSc here, I would have had such opportunities to volunteer on projects. But this was MSc, so you had like about 18 months, very short. Before you know it, you're writing your project, you are going for your own. So one day I just don't know how I said it out in a class. How do we make money from this thing we are doing? Fortunately, they used to call me on Weibo. So, you have come again. Money, money, money. I'm an entrepreneur. I wasn't planning to lecture or, please, after all this English, how do I make money? Practical. And then Professor Akinyele said, put up a proposal, design a proposal, sit with your class, and then we'll look for funding for that proposal. And then you guys can go and practice. Most times, in my experience now as an employer of labor, when you put that kind of challenge out, everybody does no proposal. You will not see the proposal. But you know what? I went back. Fortunately, I've been volunteering with non-profits before, so I just designed one proposal. It wasn't perfect, and I submitted it. After a lot of discussions back and forth, we submitted it and we got a grant. Right? With the help of late Professor Akinyele. And we had that project. So when I was coming back with my degree, MSc Nutrition, Human Nutrition, and I saw that I had a passion for talking in the community, designing, in fact, that was my first real experience designing communication materials in nutrition, for nutrition programming. It's part of my CV. So, when you go to a lecturer to ask for an opportunity and they throw back a challenge at you, do not run away. Face that challenge. Come with your rubbish proposal. Come with your nonsense idea. I'm saying it because that's how it feels when they give you your feedback. Stay there and understand it. Whatever the problem is, thank God there is now Google. Google it. Look for the solution and come back. You learn that way, you become a better person that way than running away from challenges. Don't run away from challenges. Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity.
Wow. Thank you very much for this insight that you have shared with us. We're very grateful for this. And then we look forward to connecting with you once again. A number of people really want to know you more, they want to connect with you. I can tell you that these people are very active on LinkedIn. I know Bamsa is very active on LinkedIn, and I also know that Dr. Fego is active on Twitter, so you can catch up with them on Twitter. And I also know for those of you that have questions that we're unable to address your question, we will definitely reach out to you based on your details that we have and attend to your question one-on-one. And if you really want to get across to us, you can